Okay, so literally about 2 seconds ago, I just finished watching the Nintendo E3 Direct thing. I read some, like, what, I just, you know, I got obviously there's a page of, so I think, like, one of the first things they showed was, like, problem is, it was kind of difficult to find this live stream. Well, for me it was anyway. So I think I missed a game that was at the beginning. I think it might have been Pokemon. I think I missed the game. So, yeah. Pokemon. Woohoo! Pokemon! I don't care. I've never played a Pokemon game in my life. I don't know if I'd like it or not. Now, I want to say first of all, I don't know if that's all they've shown, all they're going to show, and that's everything they're going to show, because that was a bit disappointing. Like, they literally showed like 3 new games and that was it. So I think they showed Pokemon, which, so I don't know, I didn't see it because it didn't, live stream. I couldn't get on the live stream. But then I did see the new Mario 3D game, which is essentially, they took the 3DS version and put it on the Wii U. That's what it looks like. But now you can have Cat Mario. Yay! Wow, that's very weird. Cat Mario? So we can now... Now, I just want to say something a minute. I'm a very strong defender of the Wii U. I really like the Wii U a lot. And I'm sad that it's, people were like saying, blah, blah, it's flopping and, you know what I mean, no one's buying it. Because I like it a lot. So there's nothing to play for it. And I never played, like, I got the Wii, but I didn't play anything on it. I never played Zelda on it. I never played, I think the only game I played on it was, like, Super Mario Galaxy, which I liked a lot. And that was it. And so, this is, like, the first Nintendo console that I wanted to really get into and do all the exclusives, and I'm not super feeling it. Like, the 3D World coming in December, I think they said. And it's a bit... it looks good. I mean, it just looks like the 3DS version to me, and I can't help saying that. And I feel a bit bad for saying that, but it does kind of seem like that. Because in Mario Kart 8, it's Mario Kart, in my opinion. I don't like. Well, okay, it's a bit biased because I don't like kart games. I'm not a too big fan of them. I mean, I had Mario Kart on the Wii, didn't really like it, But this looks cool. I like the track designs look really cool. Like, you're going, so like, you're on the track, and then underneath you is the track upside down, and other people are going under it at the same time. And I don't think they said a release date for that. I'm not sure. I didn't catch it because the Nintendo, they showed like a billion things in like 30 minutes, and it was hard to kind of keep track. Wii Party U. And I didn't really get a good glimpse of this because like the stream started lagging at this time. And it just, it's a party game. I'm not too bothered about it because it's a party game. Apparently it's coming in the summer. So, yeah. Wii Fit U. Now, I had the Wii Fit balance board. It wasn't really for me, it's for my mum. She played a lot of it. I played a little bit. I played a bit like a golf on it, I believe. Kind of fancy playing it now. It's like when you hear it, you're like, oh, I fancy playing Wii Sports now. But, Wii Fit U, apparently it's supposed to come out in summer, and now they've pushed it back to about winter. So, yeah. I mean, they didn't even show anything on that Wii Fit, I don't believe. Next they showed off Art Academy, but basically, as you can see here, I don't know if I can zoom in a bit or not. Very slowly. You can see, like the art, people drawing art. Got a pencil in my hand because I was writing notes, like the art up there, the art was over there, art there. They were so impressed. They said they were so impressed with people doing it, so they're gonna make a new game in the Art Academy franchise. Never heard of it. Like I said, this is really my first Nintendo console that I'm like super like trying to get into. I played a lot on Nintendo 64, but that was only for GoldenEye. I was never Nintendo or anything. I just bought a Nintendo Wii U just because everyone else bought one, so I bought one, But I didn't really play anything on it. So this is the first one I'm like really kind of dedicated to playing. I want to play a lot of games on it. I kind of like it. So with the Art Academy, so you can draw stuff. better. I don't know what Art Academy is. I've never heard of it, so I can't say much on it. They said something about they're gonna make the Miiverse better, and you can draw more stuff. Like they're gonna give you more tools to Miiverse people, if I'm correct. Like don't count this as anything like. I'm not completely like I'm not a journalist or anything. I'm not completely highly researcher. This is just my thoughts. So I just wrote a few things down because I was really counting on Nintendo because I want to know stuff for the Wii U. Then they showed then they did like the third party releases. There was like Assassin's Creed 4, Batman, Deus Ex, the new one. The Deus Ex, not the new one. The director's cut, which I thought was coming out in May. But apparently it's coming out in November, and you can buy it for half price right now at my shop and pre-order it. And it's not even coming out for like another 6 months, 5 months. They showed the Batman game for it. I said that Disney Infinite is coming out for it. I like the look of that. I liked Toy Story 3. I actually think Toy Story 3 was one of my favourite movie license games. And I mean the campaign wasn't great, but the toy box mode was really good in Toy Story 3. And it's kind of like this a little bit. Apart from you can build everything. Just Dance 2014. Rayman. They showed the new Scribblenauts game. Disney Planes, great. Disney. Okay, some of these are for the 3DS. I think Disney Planes for the 3DS. I'm not sure. Skylanders, the new Skylanders game. Oh, that Scribblenauts game. I think they showed it for the 3DS. Disney Planes, Skylanders, the new Skylanders game. Swap Force, I believe it's called. Yeah, because they went through these games. They said third-party releases, and they showed like 5 seconds for each of them, and skipped them, and get past and buy. It went really fast, and it was hard to like tell what they were for, and write them down. The Splinter Cell, the new Sonic game, Watch Dogs, and then they showed off a shite ton of indie games, and I'm not really insanely indie, but I want to get into indie. And so, the indie games look cool. There were a lot of like 2D games. I can't remember now what they were. I'm trying to look it up and see if I can find them. But they had a load of indie games, which is pretty cool. And there's one on there, I can't think of what the name is, but they're all coming to eShop. They had a few that are from like the PS3, PS4 conference, I believe. They had like that Oddworld game. And yeah. Next you had the Wind Waker, which I was really excited for. It's coming out in October, and problem is I can't say anything about it because I've never played a Zelda game before, so I've got nothing to base on it. My only worry with Zelda is that because it might be too boring and too simplistic. Don't take that the wrong way because I've never played one before, so I have no idea. And that's my only worry. But it does look cool. The graphics look nice. I like the graphics a lot. And yeah. Wonderful 101. I don't care. I really didn't care less. It just doesn't appeal to me at all. It kind of looks like Pikmin, which Pikmin doesn't really appeal to me that much either. So, but they did a release date for that. They said October 23rd. And I said Wind Waker was coming out in October. And then they showed off new Donkey Kong. Which at first I was like, this isn't the new one, this is the old one, because it looked exactly the same. But then they showed off these new camera angles, which were kind of like the ones in Sonic Generations, where you'd like go really fast and the camera would like pan out from different places, and it kind of looked kind of cool like that. Like they showed one where he was like he gets in the barrels, he shoots out the barrels. He was like climbing up a cliffside. He went over the cliffside, and then the camera changed, so he was like going down the cliffside, like as in like the camera looked down over the cliffside. And I can't remember what it's called. It's called Donkey Kong Country something Freeze, Tropical Freeze, I think. And I don't think they said a release date for that. Next was Bayonetta 2. They showed off. I don't care. Well, I've never played the first one. Apparently a lot of people were annoyed that this game was only coming to Wii U. I can't, I didn't really bother but I'm not a big fan of hack and slash games because they kind of bore me. But because it's an exclusive, hopefully it's going to be an exclusive. They don't change their mind. I might buy it because it's exclusive, because I want to try and buy, all the exclusives. Then they showed off they said the Bayonetta 2 was coming out in 2014. Then they showed off like this game X, which is supposed to be like from the people who made Xenoblade. Now this looks cool. I couldn't really tell what the graphics looked like because the stream was either in 240p or HD. There wasn't in like the middle. There was no 360p. There was no 480p. But I could tell even in 240p, the graphics, like, it looked kind of breathtaking. You know, like the world, the environments. It looked like Final Fantasy 13 to me, and that's a good thing because I really like Final Fantasy 13. Like just walking around. You know, the bits where you walked around in Final Fantasy 13. The graphics look really nice, and this is kind of what it looks like when you're just walking around. They showed you like getting in a mech and like flying around over like a big canyon, and it looked really cool. And I believe that the mech like transformed to like a tank or something, or some sort of vehicle, which looked cool. And they said that would be coming out in 2014. So essentially they've showed off like 2 new games, like, and yeah, I guess the indie games as well. But you know, like they showed off 2 big games. You know, there was Mario, and it was Mario, and they showed off Donkey Kong. So it's 3 new games so far they showed off, and then this is the last one. I was like, this is the last one? Are you serious? I was like, really? There's nothing more? I guess I'm just a bit disappointed. Obviously, I might have missed some things, and probably I've missed the most important stuff. And oh yeah, like Pokemon as well. I said because I didn't actually see it. But at first I thought it was Animal Crossing for the Wii U, and it wasn't, because it just looked like that. But it turned out to be Super Smash Brothers, the new one. Everyone's gonna kill me. I hate Super Smash Brothers. I hate it. I hate it. I really hate it. It was like 5 years ago I played it though, so a lot can change in 5 years. I might like it now, but I just don't care. I really don't like Super Smash Brothers. But what I did, I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been like TGS podcast, Nightwing, said something about, wouldn't it be cool if they made the 3DS version like retro, and so it would run better. Well, they've kind of done that. They've made it so the 3DS version is shell shaded, and I think they've done that so it will run better on the 3DS. So, like I said, it was kind of weird that it was the Animal Crossing universe, and then it went into the Super Smash Bros. Universe. And so they showed off the 3DS version. It was cel shaded, which was cool. And I didn't realise it was the 3DS version at first. But then Mario jumped out of jumped out of Super Smash Bros. And into the Wii U version where he turned into the normal self. And you know, it looks good, looks HD. And then holy shit! All of a sudden, Mega Man comes out and he's like, which is, I reckon, is going to excite a lot of people, because you know, Mega Man isn't. I like Mega Man. I like it a lot. I like the music a lot. I like the art style, and I haven't really had a chance to play any Mega Man because there hasn't been one in a while, and I haven't had a chance to play one, you know, because there hasn't been a new one, and I wasn't alive when the other ones came out. You know what I mean? And he's called Mega Man. He's got tons of different abilities, which is really cool. And then they showed off an Animal Crossing villager. Like, he's literally called him the villager. There's no cool name for him. He's just a plain, basic villager from Animal Crossing in Super Smash Bros. And, yeah, they said this will be coming in 2014. And I was like, okay, so after that, I was like, where's the new Zelda? Didn't they say there was going to be a new Zelda? Like, I swore they said there was going to be a new Zelda. Didn't they say? Didn't they say? I swear they said new Zelda. Am I going completely out of my mind? But the Wind Waker one isn't the new one. They said that already. But they said there'd be another. Did they literally turn us around? Like, did they literally say, we will show the new Zelda at because like, when they showed off Wind Waker the first time, they said, we have Wind Waker and we'll have the new Zelda game to show off at E3. Didn't they say that? Maybe not at the same time Wind Waker house, but like a bit after, they said also the next Zelda would be at E3. But maybe, what I'm thinking is maybe they'll announce it later at E3 as like a special thing, maybe. But overall, I thought it was a bit disappointing, because there was nothing really new that what I wanted. Like, the only really thing, like, here's a problem with not being a Nintendo fan. There's nothing new to get me into Nintendo. Like, you got Mario, which doesn't bother me too much. You got Mario Kart, which doesn't bother me, and then they got Pokemon, and then they've got Donkey Kong, and this is the same thing they've had forever, and they've never changed it to let new people come in. I was hoping for a new Metroid, and a new Metroid would be cool, because I reckon I like Metroid quite a lot. Because Metroid looks really cool, and coincidence, Metroid right there. And but there was no Metroid or anything like that. No Zelda, no new Zelda. It was just disappointing. I wanted more. There wasn't enough. It didn't seem that good. You know, it kind of felt rushed. In my opinion, like it went way too fast. Like they were on speed, like on like 20 miles, and they were going like 20 times the speed of everyone else. And it flew by like in like 2 seconds. The conference, like the direct thing. And it just, there was nothing there. I mean, you got Bayonetta 2, which I don't care about because I don't like hack and slashes. You got the new Donkey Kong, which doesn't bother me. You got the new Mario Kart, which doesn't bother me. You got new 3D World, which looks exactly the same as the 3DS version. They've made a Wii U version with different new stuff, and Pokemon, which I don't care about because I've never played one, and no new Zelda. No new Zelda! That's what I wanted. I wanted a new Zelda. I wanted to play Zelda. I've never played one before. I was hesitating just about getting one for the Wii, and I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll wait for the Wii U version and, play that one. But they still haven't showed it off yet. It's annoying. It's annoying. It's annoying. I know their policy is like, why have a bad game forever and a delayed game can be good? This is, something like that. But, god damn it, I feel so bad for this thing. I mean, I don't know. It's just the same old, same old, same old. There's nothing new. You could have played this on the Wii. You played Mario Kart on the Wii. You played 3D World on the Wii. Like, you played 3D World on the 3DS, And, I mean, the only one that really interests me is that X game, which is supposed to be from the people who made Xenoblade, but we've already seen that. We've seen that a few months ago. But there's nothing that bothers me. Indie games, which isn't like the big seller for me, but I want to try and get into indie games, which I'm glad they're doing indie games. But PS4 have already got it. Wii U are kind of like second in place with the indie games, and it just. I really like this thing, and there's nothing I want to play on it, because it's all the same. It's all the same. I could have played this on the Wii. I could have played 3D. If I wanted to play that Mario game, I could have played it on the 3DS. If I wanted to play that Mario Kart game, I would have played it on the Wii. And I want, Lego City. Lego City was really great. I want new stuff. I want. The only thing that really bothers me is Metroid. And so literally the only thing I'm interested in is that X game, and that's it. One game I'm interested in. One game. So for people who want to try and get into Nintendo, they just sticking with the same old. They haven't got anything new, really. The only thing that really would get me into it is the new Zelda, which they didn't show, and a new Metroid game, which they never said they were going to show anyway, but, it would have been nice. And that's it. There's one game. There's one game that I want. One game! Ugh. Oh well. I mean, the problem is I like the Wii U a lot. I like the gamepad. I like it a lot. I just really like it for some reason. But there's nothing to play on it. And I have nothing I want to play on it. But obviously, I might like the 3D World. But I've played... it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. I mean, if I play it, maybe I'll be like, oh my god, this is a big game ever. Why didn't I like it? But at the moment, it doesn't bother me too much. And there's only one game I want. And even that X game doesn't really look that great. I don't really like the combat too much. I mean, the only reason I look at that X is because it just looks kind of cool. I mean, Wind Waker and that new X game. That's it. And they showed like 30, 40 games. I mean, some of them they've already shown, but like they showed a load of games. They showed a lot for the 3DS as well, and you know, they showed a lot of games, but most of them we'd already seen. You know, the indie games were different, but for the big games, we'd already seen all of them, and they hadn't shown anything new. They'd just shown, you know, bits of gameplay. But Mario Kart, the new Mario Kart looks like the 3D version on Wii U. It doesn't look new. And the 3D World is 3DS version, and then the new Super Smash Brothers is new Super Smash Brothers. It's Super Smash Brothers. It's frustrating for me, a person who wants to get Nintendo, and they won't do anything new. You know, I'm not saying they shouldn't do this stuff, but they should try and, personally for me, times change. You know, you need to do new stuff. It's like, it's like people say, oh, you changed it. Here's my feeling on it. There's room for both of them. There's room for the old one, and there's room for the new one, which is different. You can have both of them. It's all right. You can still go back and play it. You know, the old one, and they could always make another one in the same vein as the last one. You know what I mean? Like, just say, for example, Mario was a third-person shooter. I know you're crazy. And to say this is normal, people are excited for it. There's room for both of them. There's room for the 2D one, and there's room for the third-person shooter. There's room. I know this is a really bad example, but there's room for both of them. You can still, you know, play the old one, and there's room for both. It's all right to have both of them. You know, it's all right to have two different experiences. You know, and it's just nothing for me. The things I wanted weren't there. You know, the things I wanted to see didn't really see much of or anything. And yeah, hopefully they show more. Disappointing for me.